how's it going, everybody? So today I'm going to be making some more beautiful resin decor based off of nature, based off whatever I can find, maybe on this walk right now, who knows? Always got them eyes open. So the focus for today's video is that I wanted to make these pieces with a lot of intention. I wanted to select the flowers that actually mean something and just have a commonality among each other. So I have quite a few flowers to pick from right now. So the idea here is just to really capture a message with these items. So when someone looks at it, they specifically feel a certain type of way. I haven't done all the research quite yet, but I can't wait to get into that and just put myself in that mindset. So the molds that I had in mind for this project are some of my bigger crystal molds. I haven't used those in a while, so I'm excited to pull those out. I thought they would be a good collection to my pendulums from last week. I'm also going to be making my oakleaf and floral flower petal bowl thing. So overall, very nature themed. That's my go-to. With this different type of concept, I think it could be really fun and just dive into different aspects of resin art. So let's get right into that, and thank you for watching.
First thing I do is pick out the molds that I want to use for this project. I wanted to keep it all very simple and very nature themed, so I picked these crystals and these plants. So first thing I do is I clean them with rubbing alcohol or hand sanitizer, whatever I really have on hand. Both of them work really well. I use those products because they dry really quickly, and once they dry, I can put a first base layer of resin and start thinking about the compositions that I want to make in these pieces. The first flower that I start off with, that I just sprinkle into a few of the molds, is this really beautifully textured purple globe thistle. So one thing this flower symbolizes is independence, as it grows in nature on its single stem by itself. It's a single flower and has always been seen to represent fortitude and strength. So I thought it would be a good first flower to layer on these molds to fortify whatever type of symbolism we would like to add with any of the coming flowers. The next flower that I decided to layer into these molds is called Creeping Bellflower. So it's these beautiful light purple, kind of bluish colored flowers, also known as purple campanula. It's pretty commonly found in Ontario wildlife and can grow from 1 to 3 feet tall. It can grow all of these beautiful flowers along its stem, and it's really beautiful for something that you can just find in the forest. Because of its beauty and perseverance to grow on its own, it is often planted on graves and represents everlasting love, gratitude, humility, all of these humbling emotions that really inspire sincerity and a peace of mind. So I work in 2 layers of resin for these items. The first layer I put down just to coat the mold and give myself a chance to compose all of the flowers in the molds and make sure I pop out any of the air bubbles that are in the surface or in the points of these crystal molds. Those are particularly annoying, where I have to grab a toothpick and really make sure there's no air bubbles in the tips of those crystals, because a crystal without a pointy tip, what's the point of that? That's not what you want. You want a beautiful, smooth, geometric crystal. So other things that you can find in these pieces are fern. I love using a nice green fern because the texture is so beautiful. I love the repeating pattern of fern, as well as the symbolism that fern also represents. So it's similar to the creeping bellflower, as it represents humility and sincerity, but it also has a very common symbolism of eternal youth. It represents new life, new beginnings, and just new growth. So I think this adds a cleansing aura of clarity to these pieces. One of the other heavy hitters for this project is this beautiful yellow lily that I found. I love the look of this. It's so bright and just glows so beautifully. It contrasts so well with all the other flowers, and I think it looks ethereal and out of this world inside of these molds. I love how it contrasts with the creeping bellflower in particular. I think that light purple with that like beautiful, delicate, intense yellow just looks so nice and peaceful and really captures exactly what I want to be saying with these pieces. So a yellow lily is a really playful flower and often represents thankfulness energy, having a desire for enjoyment, this childlike wonder. There's so many really positive and carefree associations with this yellow color, and I thought that fit in really well with the other messages that we're trying to portray here. So the red that you can see throughout these pieces are from red carnation petals. Honestly, what inspired me to add these petals is just the beautiful pop of color that they add. A lot of the other colors that I was using were really bright, so something this dark I thought would look really beautiful and nice. So after cleaning up these pieces with my Dremel, making sure there's no excess resin around and making sure everything's smooth and looks nice, I do a top coat of resin over all the little crevices of the piece. I want to make sure it's all covered so it all has this same smooth texture and gets rid of the weird texture that the mold created. A lot of people ask me why I do this top coat, and that's the reason. I just want a good consistent texture that displays the flowers really nicely. Because sometimes it has this rough texture like it did in this oak leaf bowl, and I just want to avoid that completely because I want to see everything that's going on in there, every little line in every flower, because that's what resin is good at. It's good at displaying beautiful things. So we want to see all that unexpected texture, and that's really what defines a piece in my opinion. And then I drill little holes into the top of these crystals so they can be strung up with chain and be turned into pendulums. I have made so many pendulums at this point and haven't even used one once, besides for decorating my van and stuff like that. But I still think it's good to have a variety of these pendulums, especially if they specifically symbolize something. So for me, what I tried to make here with these crystals is really truth-telling objects. So what I mean by that is a lot of these flowers respond to sincerity, humility, modesty, aspects of what you find in truth and honesty. And I think those are really beautiful messages that are good to be reminded of as I decorate my home with these things. So they can work really well as a good reality check and just keep me grounded on earth and understand what the reality of things are. And that's basically what the intention for these pieces were, and that new beginnings can happen every single day. So I didn't talk too much about my process throughout this video. If you want to find more information and tips on that type of stuff, you can definitely check out most of my other videos where I actually include more of a step-by-step. But this video was really about everything that's inside the resin, the intention behind all of these flowers, and really what they mean to me. This is really something I want to learn more about and do more research on, so I thought it would be a really good place to start here and discuss it with you guys. I also really just wanted to make some more pendulums for these crystal molds because I haven't used these large crystals in quite a while, and I find them so satisfying to do. And a link to those molds will also be in the description as well. I can't wait until next week's video because I have a few really fun projects coming along, really original sculptures that I've never done before, so I'm really excited to continue working on those. Okay, so great. Now after we talk about all the gentle delicateness that those other crystals symbolize, you might have noticed me doing this crystal throughout the process. I put a quartz crystal wrapped in wire in this one, and I thought it would look really pretty, but a lot of the colors just lost their color for some reason, and it looks really bland and boring to me, and I don't like it at all. Plus, it didn't cure properly up here. Could be fixed with a top coat, but it's just not worth the effort. But you know what is worth the effort? Probably not, but I'm gonna try anyways. This crystal inside here is so pretty. I want to keep it, like the quartz that's inside here. So this beautiful representation of delicateness and gentle life, and let's smash this thing. Okay. Look at this cord that I wrapped in string yesterday. It's so pretty now. Okay, let's give this a shot. I hope it doesn't break the crystal inside, but I have really low expectations here, so. Ooh, do you see that? Chunk just flew out. Oh, we're getting somewhere.
Oh no, it went into my coffee. Shoot. Oh yeah, we broke the crystal. Okay. This is a goner. This is... So that was kind of hopeless. I probably should have done that right as I took it out of the mold, because that's when I knew it was a failure, and it was actually probably possible to pull it out of like semi-cured resin. Definitely not few-day-old resin that has hardened just as hard as the quartz crystal inside, which is really hard if you guys know anything about rocks. Interesting though. Okay, well, I guess that's enough. I'm literally editing this video right now. That's how I work. So meta. What? Okay. Thanks for watching. Bye.